Welcome everyone, my name is Eltimar, and if you're here, you're either watching both sets of playthroughs for this game, or you have decided to join the Evil campaign. So I'm going to show you our character really quickly, and then we're going to get started right away. This is going to be a very min-maxed character. Well, I mean not very min-maxed, but fairly min-maxed character. We are playing on the hard difficulty, not the unfair difficulty, because that is a little bit too extreme. We are going to be playing a scaled monk, which is going to go into vivisectionist, which is going to go into sword saint. So it's going to be very, very tanky, lots of spells, and it should be pretty good at killing things as well. We're going to be using long swords, I believe, as our weapon of choice. I know for the very least that there is a +3 longsword in the game that you can get pretty early on, as long as you have the money for it, so we're going to work on that. So 18 strength, 14 dexterity, 12 con, 15 intelligence. We took a dive on wisdom, but that should be fine. We'll do some other things to get our wisdom modifier up, or our will save up, I should say. And then we have charisma as well for that persuasion and armor class bonuses, because we're the scaled monk, of course. We have weapon proficiency in longsword, greatsword, blah blah blah, all those things, because we chose leader. That will come into more effect later on when we cross class. So let's get started on the game. As an aside, this character is going to be evil. We're not going to be doing every single evil option there is, because some of them actually ruin quest lines and stuff like that. Like if you immediately attack people without doing any of their quests, we're going to be not doing great throughout the game. But we will be doing the more evil choices, and we're going to be taking a mythic path that is pretty insanely evil, so it's going to be pretty fun. I think.
Somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
And Nevia says,
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
oh Darren.
Make room, everyone! Step back! Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him?
You hear the stern voice of an elderly man, but you're so weak you can't even turn your head to look in his direction.
Demons, prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
The walls, you say? The enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
The magic envelops you, but your pain lessens only slightly. Let me die.
None of that now. We need every pair of hands we can get in this city. We'll get you back on your feet, and you'll have the chance to seek vengeance.
Alrighty, fair enough.
My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev!
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
The lady raises her head in an affectation of surprise.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Be quick about it before it's too late! Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
The old man leans over you. Who I am is none of your business.
What? Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that. So I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
Muttering discontentedly, the old man walks off.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death.
A beautiful silver-haired woman... Oh, sorry. A beautiful silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. Thank you for helping me.
I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done.
Who are you?
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
The woman lets out a melodious laugh. What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Can I go?
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Alrighty, so we are supposed to sample the special festival drink. Let's try that. We did the knife throwing one and the punchy one in our good playthrough, so let's do the drink and the punchy run in this one. Alright, we have sampled the festival drink, and now it's time to go punch the thing.
This way.
And then we'll see what occurs. Oh no. Who could have foreseen this tragedy?
Crusader gods, behold Ione, you poor imposter. Your city will fall to me. Your followers will feed my hunger.
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Let the feast begin.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
The halfling's armor is splashed with blood, and he is armed to the teeth, with a sword, a blade, and a hatchet on his belt, and a crossbow on his back. His voice sounds familiar to you. I've seen you somewhere before.
Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
He looks us over. Who is Discari?
You must have got a good drubbing round the head, brother. Discari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all crusaders and all living things, come to think of it.
What is the situation in the city?
Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. Place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks.
Give me a weapon, I'll try and fight the demons.
Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even.
The halfling holds out the crossbow.
Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
Halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and the rustling of countless tiny wings. I like how our goal is to just, like, fire a crossbow bolt towards Discari.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Ione. Behold the death I sow.
Whee! Down into the dungeon we go again. This is round 2 for me for today. Actually, technically round 3 because I was testing a character build.
The silver dragon Tyrendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
It's a really cool drawing. I was seeing earlier if the quarterstaff master could get weapon
Wherever my
finesse,
legs carry me.
but that does not work.
Holy mother of...
A small woman with messy brown hair winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She is pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
The young woman in knight's armor studies the rocks intently, clearly trying to work out how to move them.
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece.
It's important.
My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Tyrendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Spotting you, the knight reaches for her sheathed weapons, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, she raises her hand in greetings. I'm gonna try and diplomatize. I don't help anyone for free. Pay up or get stuck under the rubble.
Yeah, sure thing. Look, you don't owe us anything, after all. Here, take this. It's all I got. Now do me a favor and get me out of here. This position ain't as comfy as it looks.
The knight opens her mouth to object, but the wounded woman stops and retrieves a coin pouch from an inside pocket. Sweet. We succeeded at getting some extra cash. Summoning all your strength, you managed to lift up the rocks enough to free the wounded woman from the rubble.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
The woman feels her leg and fishes a piece of twine from her pocket, getting to work.
Well, I'm Sela. Paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabras has lost the protection of Tyrendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Sela's expression darkens.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
Nevia's eyes shift to us. One person's war is another person's opportunity. I'm in the city to seek my fortune.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of your type before.
Sela frowns.
At least it's an honest answer. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
Nevia tightly ties up the twine on her improvised splint and, leaning on a stick, hauls herself to her feet.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Sela winks. Okay. Let's turn the camera. Oh, it's much faster if you use the mouse to turn the camera rather than QE. Alrighty, so we have a couple weapons to choose from. We have a longsword, which we're going to take, and we have a cloak of resistance, which, looking at it now, I realize we never actually put on our good character. My bad. I will fix that on our other video, but that's fine. Now normally I wouldn't switch out what is effectively 2 + 5 attacks at 5 to 10 damage for or how much? Come on. 7 to 14 + 6 though. I think the +1 extra to hit is going to be a little bit better than the extra attack in this particular case. So we'll just roll with it. We also found Trendalev's scale, important for our quest later on, and we're going to find another group member right now.
Who's there?
Just going to wait for the sound to end. The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Friend is a bit of a stretch.
I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Trendalev, I can't wrap my head around it.
The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheathed weapon. Her self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse the fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. Not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, not even Trendalev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabres. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Trendalev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Anevia shakes her head.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on,
Camellia
I suppose.
Finishes Anevia's thought with ruthless precision. Tell me more about yourself.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
The girl gives an elegant shrug and touches the polished snake skull amulet that hangs around her neck. What happened to this poor man? Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
Okie dokie.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Sela's eyes warily scan the area.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Nevi appears at the dead man's face. Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Indeed. And Camellia takes a little bit of damage. We'll loot the body, and then I'm just going to pause the video for just a couple seconds. Sorry for the brief delay there. Let's get our party started, so to speak. Our evil part. Oh, wait. It annoys me how you have to, like, set up these things frequently. Let's just set up our group like this. Good enough. And there's, of course, things to fight. Sela's in the front. She is... I don't think the tankiest technically at the moment, but it's fine. We are murdering our way through. We did choose hard, right? I didn't flub that up somehow. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, fair enough. And another scale of Tarendula. We have 2 of them here. And Anivia is still following us up. There's giant flies. 1 died. Somebody attacked 1. There we go. It's Anivia. Anivia is our MVP. We're gonna go down this way first.
I'll cut you wide open.
The light. They are the darkness.
Oh shit. We just killed that one. Sorry. Dog bark right next to my face. Well, not face, but right next to my leg, staring up at my face. Scared the crap out of me. Alrighty, let's head up here.
No, backwards!
More giant flies and more loots to get. And more spitting. Oh, we didn't get hit. We got reduced the damage from that one. Eventually we're going to use... Well, we're using a longsword, but we'll have magic going on with our other hand. Camellia's in the front. That's not the ideal situation, but he did hit pretty hard there, so that should be over pretty fast. Did I miss some loot back there? Let's loot the body here to see if we can skin it. 1 second, sorry. Alrighty. Hopefully that solved that little problem. Let's go quickly check this loot. I don't know if I took everything. Nope, definitely didn't take it. There we go. Now we're better off. Let's go meet up with the mongrels. This is one of those situations...
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize you've never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
Wenduak!
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Lan stops her with a gesture. This is one of those situations where there's an evil option that we're not going to take, because we actually need to get through this area. Demons are laying waste to Canabras.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
Lan's expression hardens.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze...
Wenduag looks you over, considering something.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you, tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Wendwog's face twists scornfully.
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
I've never heard of underground crusaders before.
In Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
Sela turns to Lan and Wendwog.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Wendwog gives a contemptuous snort.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
Lan sighs. What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
Anivia lets out a low whistle. What are you doing here?
That's none of your
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold.
Lan frowns.
Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Sul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the Underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
Wendwog huffs a breath.
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
He chuckles. Wendwog shrugs and turns away. Maze, does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here, and after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the Underground Crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
Wendwog snorts.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
His eyes are filled with genuine concern.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
You hear a hint of emotion in Wendwog's voice for the first time. A sword of holy flame? How did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Alrighty, Wendwog rewards Alan with an irritated glare.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together, I'll help you. Actually, no, yeah. I can help you, but you're gonna have to pay for it.
Of course. How about we do this? You help us, and we don't leave you here to rot in these underground tunnels that only we know. I think that sounds fair.
Wendwog laughs.
Yeah, and we could throw in a dozen fresh rats to sweeten the deal. That's a tempting offer in these parts. Help us, and we'll help you. This is very important. Wendwog believes the maze leads to the outside. She knows what she's talking about.
Lens grows serious.
All right, underground folks, you got yourselves a deal. But if you find the sword first, don't forget we helped you. Our agreement still stands.
Alrighty, we're gonna end the game here. This is where we ended off our good playthrough video as well. We're gonna try and keep them relatively in sync. It's not gonna be a perfect scenario. Sometimes the evil campaign will be faster, sometimes the good campaign will be faster, but generally I want to keep them somewhat parallel so that they don't get too far ahead of each other. For now, I'll leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time. Take care.